Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live down here in the Bear Cave Studios for another episode of OTBS on that Bill shit with me, your host, Freddie Loso. We are coming with heavy hearts, but it is me and my brother, Big E Mafia. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? The fuck you gonna do? We are here on Saturday, February 1st.
It's the first of the month.
First of the month. Most of y'all just got your government checks and, y'all still settling in. The year just started. Listen, we all know what happened. All right.
Fuck yourselves if you want to say shit.
Listen.
Big double bird, stone cold style.
I still have family members who have been reaching out, and I don't want to talk to them because they on some bullshit, on some Bill shit. All right. Listen, we're not gonna get into that right now. We'll talk about that later on at some point. We got a guest in the building. We got a guest with us today. Now, you've heard us talking about this brother, about his business, more than a handful of times. We've posted his links, his apparel on the IG page. We've worn his stuff on the show.
He's made the signs for the draft episodes.
Yo, bro, he's done it all, man. He does it all. We want to introduce y'all to the great Mr. Rick Rodriguez. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, man?
What's going on, man?
Welcome.
Yes.
to OTBS.
Yes, bro.
Welcome to Meeting the Mafia.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Thank you for having me.
We don't have an applause button, but just know we here to give you your flowers, bro.
One day we will. One day we'll have that applause button and we'll have you back on and we'll give you the applause that you need.
Yes, bro. Yes, man. Yo, the proud owner and creator of Patience and Faith. Man, when I tell y'all this dude, his imagination is I'm envious. I'm not envious of a lot of things, bro. One thing I've never been was creative. I shit you not, bro. When I was in art class, man, I would get
stick figures all day long.
Dog, I was horrible, bro. I'm not a very imaginative person. You see, I can't even say the fucking word. All right. I'm not very good at this stuff. So when I run into people who they can design things on a whim and just do things and pick it up like that, I'm amazed. Okay?
And with the quickness, bro. Like, I don't know if you remember how the wives got together the Craigtoberfest.
Right.
Like
right.
That came together on a Thursday. The party was on a Saturday. Rick hooked it up. He came up with the design. He got the shirts. We had it ready to go by Saturday night. It was phenomenal.
Listen, man. Listen, bro. And I know some of y'all out there like, God damn, man, y'all sucking this dick dude heavy. Like, the show didn't even fucking start. We got to fucking learn about this dude or something. We got you.
That's what the show's for. That's why we're here.
Listen, bro. It's his first time on the show. We're going to treat it just like the first time on. Many of y'all, had a first time with your woman. We're going to ease into it.
We're going to take it slow.
We're going to take it slow, sip a little bit of Hennessy, like
play some Boys to Men.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta get the candles, right?
You gotta get it.
Come on, light some incense. You know what I'm saying? Like those black pussy incense, bro. A lot of people don't realize that's an actual fragrance of incense.
Yeah.
Right? Black pussy incense is an actual fragrance.
Y'all just put me on. Yeah, I had no idea that was.
It's big in the Bronx and in Harlem.
Oh, so you got to step your game up, son.
Yeah,
I got to step out. I didn't know the incense game went so deep. Pause.
Listen, man.
You go to 125th. There's a whole table full of different ones, man.
The top incense fragrances: black pussy, frankincense, and black magic.
Shit, I just went with the OG, like the original incense. Like,
what flavor is that?
Like the OG that smelled like the fucking bug repellent shit. Like
that's not.
That's where I was.
Where you get your incense from, bro?
My Home Depot ass is.
Listen,
I don't got the bodega up here.
if you not getting your incense from a Muslim brother, then they not real incense, bro.
They're not real incense.
If he don't have a kufi on and a fucking if your incense don't come in aluminum foil, you're not real fucking,
Yo, facts. Yeah,
real fucking incense, bro. You can't be getting incense from Stop and Shop, bro. Don't get that's bullshit. Don't do it to yourself.
Yankee
not real.
Candle's not it. You telling me
No.
Yankee Candle's not it?
Nah,
Damn.
Yankee,
All
no,
right.
no, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it.
The
Don't
little
do it.
kiosk at the mall.
Yo, also I got you, bro. Don't worry. I'm gonna hook you up. I know a guy. Okay, don't worry about it. But listen, let's get back on track here.
Let's get back on.
Let's get back on track.
We digress.
We got the brother Rick here. He started his business. Yo, Rick, can we ask you a few questions on how you got into
Yeah.
your business, bro? All right. First things first. What inspired you to start your business, man?
So I've been in retail for about 20, 25 years.
Okay.
So for the last 20 years, I have been working for a certain company, and I managed the print and marketing department for 15.
Hmm.
And for the last 5 years, I've made $1 million print and marketing departments.
Wow.
So my wife, since we met, she's been asking me, well, telling me, you should go back to school and do art, do digital work. And I was like, nah, it's not for me. I like doing what I'm doing. I'll stick to what I'm doing. But during COVID, I got bored, and it was just everything was YouTube, and people are making shirts, people are doing this. So like, I'll try it. So I bought a heat press,
Mhm.
and I
During
started
COVID,
from
are you
there.
working from home or you at the store?
No, I
What
was
do you?
working in retail. I was still working retail. I
Okay.
was one of the few ones that kept going to work.
Hmm.
I had
Essential
the option.
workers.
Yeah,
Right.
I had the option to stay home for 6 months and work, but not
Hmm.
get paid and not work, or work and actually going to work. So I did
Okay.
that. So we bought a heat press. I started learning. Bought a Cricut vinyl cutter, and just went from there. And I just kept going.
Mm.
Um, and then I just got tired of making departments in retail a minute. Excuse me, $1 million copy centers.
Mm.
I was like, we should do this on our own. So from the Bronx, we were living in a two-bedroom apartment. I had a little corner in the living room, and I just doing shirts from there. We moved up here, and then we expanded.
What
Excuse me,
what
sorry.
made you settle on the name Patience and Faith?
So the original name was Maverick Designs.
Okay.
Me and my brother, since we were kids, I'm Maverick, he's Goose, and we
Okay.
love Top Gun. So it was Maverick Designs. Um, and I didn't feel like it was personal. Like the whole point of the company is for my kids.
Mm.
So we moved up here, we got a house. Then my wife was pregnant, and we named our little one Maverick.
Wow.
That's
So
dope.
I was like, we can't keep the name Maverick,
Mm.
because if it's gonna be for the kids, it sounds like it's only for one kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, um, so I was thinking about, we got to change the name. And my dad, he has always been a person of believing in, you have to have faith, and you have to have patience that it's going to come true.
Mm.
You have to keep it going. So when he passed, his tombstone, it says, have patience and faith.
Wow.
That's
So
fire.
on the bus ride coming from work, I used to work in Riverdale. Um, Up here, I was like, I got to change the name. So I just started doing things on my phone, and I just came up with Patience and Faith. So I was
Mm.
like, we're going to stick with Patience and Faith Customs.
That's
Mm.
dope. See,
So we
now
stuck to that.
that's what made I found out about Rick. Our town had their Christmas kind of sale,
Mhm.
bonanza, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah, the Whoville.
The Whoville, yes.
Yeah.
So Rick had a table at the Whoville. Wifey took little Os, and they went to the They went to Whoville. This is right around the time. What's the name of the movie? Um, the one with Anthony Ramos. Ah, shit. I have it. Hold on a second. Let me find the exact name. Fucking, I love this movie. In the Heights, right? So,
Okay.
In the Heights, real big, right? Love. If you know me, I love musicals. West Side Story, In the Heights, stupid shit like that.
I didn't know you were gay.
He's down gay too. My
Well,
favorite is Phantom of the Opera. So
congratulations. You just found out.
there you go.
But
I still love you, bro.
in
Okay.
that movie, there's a big part of it where the abuela, the grandmother of the town of all the kids, she has a big line, a big song, paciencia y fe,
Yeah.
patience and faith,
Mm.
right? Basically, that's what it comes down to. So when wifey told me, "Oh, I just bought some Grinch stuff for the kids. I bought a cup for Miss Mafia," like she got it all from Rick. And I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, what's the name of his business?" And she said, "Patience and Faith." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like Paciencia y Fe from the movie. I was like, "Yo, I got designs." She said she told you from Jump Street, like, "Hey, my husband's gonna love you because
Yeah. She said
he
that.
loves fucking making shirts, and that's what
Yeah.
I do. Like, I love making up designs and shit." And when I found out, like, it went along similar with that, the paciencia y fe, patience and faith. Like, I was like, "Yo, I'm going," and that's how we got linked up together.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild, bro. Yo,
Hmm.
it's just wild how, God makes things work like that, man. It's just really got to have patience and faith. I don't mean to sound, corny, but that's really just
No.
what it is.
And yo,
So,
he's made some great designs for us. He did
right,
uh
right,
our
right.
50th episode shirt, the Step Brothers shirt. He did the banner for our draft spectacular. He did our opening episode shirts, the Puerto Rico edit that we did when we went down on vacation. Like, Rick, you've hooked up our family, our
Word up. Word
our,
up.
our immediate family, us, our football family, our friends, everybody with amazing designs. And
Word up.
like, we
Thank you.
just wanted to say thank you for
No cap. For real,
making
bro.
making our stuff come to reality. Like, Sweets by Bree, big shout out to Sweets by Bree for her
Mhm.
amazing,
Word,
amazing
word,
fucking
word, word.
creations. Like, delicious. Like,
Yeah.
we hooked up with you and we got the banner for the table. Like, that first,
Yeah, man, yo, and
it
that
was
shit right
dope.
there, bro. That
Hmm.
that's let me tell you something, man. When they tell you, like, it takes a village not only to raise
Yes.
kids the right way, but it also takes a village for you to build your platform, because it's not easy. Listen, man, to say that, yes, people can do things on their own. It's that goes
Yes.
without saying. And you see those stories, they're few and far in between.
Yes.
But what you don't see in a lot of success stories, the intricate pieces along the way of a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and it's just all of these things that mold together. You know what I'm saying? And it
Yeah.
helps build. It helps build unity, and it helps
Yes.
strengthen, the community, so to speak. And it's just, yo, the shit is just, yo, it's a grateful thing to have come across people such as yourself that just help,
Yes.
to just help a communal gain, if
Yes.
that makes any sense. So let me ask you. So you say you were in the retail, and you came to the fruition, like, damn, I'm making paper for these people. I need to start doing this for myself.
Yeah.
Prior to you being in retail, did you have a background in, like, design and customs and things of that nature?
No. I used to draw when I was a kid.
Hmm.
I was took it serious when I was going to high school.
Okay.
Just animation drawing. But that was it. And
Hmm.
it really started going when me and my wife were getting married.
Wow.
So at the time we were getting married, she was pregnant with my daughter, but we didn't know what the gender was.
Mm-hmm.
So we were planning the wedding, and with inside the wedding was a gender reveal. So when we cut the cake at the wedding, it will be either blue or pink inside.
Right.
So she was like, we got to get a poster, and she was like, do this and do that. I was like, I don't think I could do it. She was like, you got it. So I designed pretty much everything for the wedding, the
Mm.
posters, the invitations, and she was guiding me with it. And that's when she started saying, like, you need to start taking it serious and do your own thing. So she was really, really big on it. I mean, moving forward and going, doing what I had to do to make this happen. He was very supportive on it. So that's how I started.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like having a fucking the right woman in your corner, bro.
Yeah.
We've had him here on the show. We did our Valentine's episode last year. We may have to do another one coming up this year.
Word.
Yeah.
But
Word.
they're the backbone of OTBS,
Yeah.
and without a good woman in your corner, it's very hard to
Listen,
succeed.
man, for real, bro. And it's not even just having an equal, whether it be a wife to a husband or a husband to a wife. It's or whatever your home makeup is. It's there's nothing like that shit, man. There's nothing like having somebody that you could fall back on when you just ain't got it and they push you. Cause Rick, I'm pretty sure there were times like you said in the beginning where you was like, nah, I ain't got this shit, and she pushed you and she's like, nah, you got it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? You're gonna do this, and I believe in you.
She was, so with her is her thing is whatever I decide, as long as I'm happy,
Hmm.
she's happy.
Hmm.
So if I want to go back to retail and do that, she'll support me 100%.
Wow.
That's awesome.
If I want to keep doing this, but this was really her idea, then she'll support me on it. But it has to make sense. As long as it makes sense, then she's 100% behind my back.
Hmm.
So while I was doing this, I was working in retail, and she just one day she picked me up from work, and she was like, "Quit." I was
Wow.
like, "What?"
Wow.
And she was like, "Quit." I was like, "You're joking," because she was sick. So I thought the meds were getting to her.
Right.
So
Yeah, you're thinking, hey, you might want to sleep on this 24. Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, you lost your shit," and she was like, "No." And then she was like, "No, like you're gonna do this, and we're gonna stick to this, and we're gonna do 100% on this, and fuck them."
Hmm.
She was like, "I'm
That's
tired
awesome.
of." She was like, "I'm tired of seeing you tired. I'm tired of seeing you sick. You're busting your ass for them, and what are they doing for you?
Hmm.
And if you get sick tomorrow, they'll find a replacement in a heartbeat."
That's a fact.
Right.
So, she was on, so like, just quit.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
the next day when she was off her meds, because I was like,
Right.
"Okay,
You want to say,
last
hey,
night you were saying some crazy shit," and she was like, "Oh no, I meant it." And she
Wow.
was like, "Quit." He was like, "Okay."
Hmm.
So, I've been doing this for about 2 to 3 years now. Um, and it's like I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm raising my soon-to-be 2-year-old. I stay home with him, and I'm running the business. Take my daughter to the bus stop. I come back at work, raising him, doing orders, doing social media, making sure he's good. She comes home from school. I pick her up from the bus, homework, entertain both kids, help her read, help him make sure he's walking and he's learning how to talk, making dinner. Kids are fed, kids are bathed. My wife comes home and house is cleaned up and she's good.
You living the
And,
fucking dream right now.
and
yeah,
then
man.
I continue running my business.
You're living a
Yeah.
dream. You living a dream. So okay,
That's very inspirational. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
facts
Like,
though.
Yeah,
Facts.
because somebody told me like that's not traditional.
right. It's
I was like,
usually in normal, now I don't want to say normal
yeah,
times, but like it's usually reversed.
yeah,
Like the woman's the stay-at-home mom with the kids and all that stuff, and the dad's out
yeah.
So
making
She,
the
I have a question, bro, and I feel like this is something that holds a lot of people back. Uh, Gauge on a scale from 1 to 10. What was your? I just want to put it bluntly. What was your fear level on a scale of 1 to 10 to just basically jump out the window, no parachute, and get into this, not knowing?
20.
Wow.
I'm still scared. I'm
Hmm.
terrified
But you keep going.
because I have to.
Hmm.
I have to keep going because yeah, we're good. You know, she's working. She brings home a paycheck every 1 or 2 weeks. I have to keep running my business and bringing home my part.
Hmm.
So it's like, every week that I don't get a sale or it's not a big sale, it hurts me. It terrifies me because I have to keep up with her.
Hmm.
And I have to make sure that what she said, what she thought was a good idea, has to continue being a good idea. Because every setback affects all of us. So it's terrifying, but at the same time, it's exciting because I'm doing what I love, and at the
Hmm.
same time, I'm raising my kids.
Hmm.
I mean, when I was working in retail, dude, I was there 50 hours a week, 55 hours a week,
Easy.
exhausted, like from opening to close, making sure where I was successful, and I was just only getting paid for 45 hours.
Damn.
So it's like I would come home, the kids are sleeping, she's knocked out. I wake up, she's gone, she's ready, she's already at work. I take the kids to school, get to work, and it's like the same cycle over and over again.
Over
So
and over again.
while I was doing that, I was losing myself and I
Hmm.
was losing my time with my kids. But now I get to, play, dad and a business owner
Hmm.
and with the
Hmm.
support of her, it's like I can't lose. But it's at the same time, it's terrifying.
Hmm.
it's that double-edged sword.
Yeah,
So, what would you say? I, would you still consider yourself in like the beginning stages?
no.
Okay, so now with that said, when you were in the beginning stages, what would you say was your biggest challenge?
Um, trying,
Hmm.
trying to actually seeing what I saw, because my teaching was YouTube. Like I learned everything from YouTube,
YouTube
and
University.
yeah, and content creators were doing so many different things. But then I had the knowledge of what I did at work, and it's like I put it together. But taking a step to actually do something, like to make it happen, say, "Oh, look, I did this." That was hard.
Hmm.
That was hard to make happen. But I may seem confident now because when you say, "Hey, guys," when you say, "Hey, Rick, I need this, I need that," and I make it happen.
Right.
But before, I was like, I don't know if I could do that.
Hmm.
I don't know if I could make that happen.
A lot of it just trial and error. Would you say?
Yeah, yeah, trial and
Hmm.
error, and yeah, I still have trial and errors, but the best part of it now is that I'm learning. So it's like, okay, I know what not to do this time. The next time, okay, now we can make it better. And I've made us a few mistakes from time to time, but I've always corrected it to make sure it's better than the last one.
That's one thing I love about you, Rick.
Hmm.
Like even if there's a mistake on a garment or a design or it doesn't fit the way you wanted it to or it's starting to
Hmm.
peel, whatever it is, you always make it right. Hey,
Yeah,
let me get it back. I got you a new one. I'm gonna do
hmm,
this to it, blah blah, blah whatever.
yeah,
Like a lot of businesses don't do that. Even in the starting
yeah,
stages, they want to say, "Hey, that's what it is. If you want a new one, you got to pay for it." The
yeah. It's like
fact
you
that you're
can't game.
willing, exactly, the fact that you're willing to go out and be like, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna make it right.
Hmm.
I'm gonna fix it. Whatever the case is." Like that shows more about your character than the business itself. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
the fact that the owner and the head of this business wants to make it right and wants you to come back, regardless of how you feel about it, just the fact that you're willing to do that, it
Yeah,
shows so much, and it's a huge selling point. Like that's one of the big reasons we love dealing with you, Rick.
yeah. like you, if this runs because of my customers.
Mhm.
Mm.
So if I make a mistake and I don't acknowledge it, you're not coming back. I mean, I'm not the only, like I've always told everybody, and I've told you this before. I'm not the only person in town.
Right.
I
Hmm.
mean, so maybe what I could do, they could do better. But if I know I made a mistake and I'm being honest and I could fix it, and you give me that opportunity to fix it, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna fix it for you
Mm.
because I know I could lose you at any second.
Mm.
And that's what I also learned from working in retail. Like they don't care. Retail doesn't care because they get a complaint. Let's go on to the next one.
Right.
So
You're
this is
you're still
not
gonna
that.
come into the store. Right.
Yeah, and you got Vistaprint, you got FedEx, you got UPS and Staples and all of them, and you have options. I'm not the only one, but I guarantee I'll be the most personal person you will meet, and I will be completely honest with you. And other companies just don't do that. They don't care.
That's a fact, bro.
And
So
with everybody seeming to be in this space, like
mhm,
everybody can get a Cricut machine, everybody can get a
mhm.
heat press. Like, tell the people, the OTBS nation, what makes you stand out from everybody else. Like, everybody else, anybody can do it. Anybody from their house that has a couple $100 and some sense of design,
Mhm.
what makes you stand out in that aspect?
I'm honest. I'm honest and I'm real.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna bullshit you. You know what I mean? I'm
Mm.
gonna be completely honest with you. If you give me a design that doesn't work, I'll be honest with you. Other companies will just take it and just throw it on the shirt and be like, "Well, that's what he wanted." I mean,
Right,
so
right, right, right,
I
right.
mean, so it's like I'm honest. I listen, and it's like every order I have has a story.
Mm.
There's a story behind everything that I print. For a birthday party, or like your son's birthday party, or Bree's company.
Mm.
There's something behind it. I don't just see the dollars behind it. I see the story. I understand the struggle. Like you want to make your son's birthday, this birthday better than last year's. You want to make the best cupcakes and you want the best viewing and the best presentation. I just don't see the amount of what you're going to pay. I see more than that. And a lot of companies don't see that. They just see dollar signs.
Mm.
I
That's
mean,
awesome.
so I see that and I just want to help everybody grow. And
Mm.
I tell everybody, like, hey, yeah, you could go to this person, you could go to that person. You have options. I'm not the only person. And I'll tell you where to go. And then you have the option to go where you think is best.
And you know what else that I realized that he doesn't do? I'm not gonna put nobody else out there. He doesn't downplay and he doesn't shit talk other companies and other businesses
Yes,
that people can go to.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
He's not gonna shit talk. He's not gonna downplay nobody. Not to fucking give a pun on our team, but like one saying that the Bills had all year, and I know Rick follows this to a T. Everybody eats, bro. Everybody
Yeah.
Yep.
can eat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody can eat. It's a lot of food out here. I don't need to downplay this person. I don't need to block a blessing from somebody else just to give myself a little minor gain. You know,
Uh,
you
I,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. Other companies, it's crazy because another company will call me and ask me, hey, Rick, I need to do this. How can I do that? And I'll give them the advice.
Wow.
If you tell me today, hey, Rick, I want to learn how to do what you're doing, all right, let's do it. I'll teach you
Mm,
because if you're not going to learn it from me, learn it from somebody else.
Right.
facts.
I mean, like if hey, you have a heat press, cool. You buy the heat press, I'll tell you the transfers. You want to buy the printer to make the transfers, cool. I'll tell you what's best and what not to do, and what you should do. I'm not a gatekeeper, and that's what a lot of people are. They're gatekeepers. They don't want to share the information, and they don't want to see other people win.
See,
And
Mm,
I'm not
that
like that.
comes back to your name of your business,
Yeah.
patience and faith, right?
Hmm.
You have the faith that, hey, I'm gonna pass this blessing forward that I got,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna keep it moving, and we could all eat together.
Hmm.
You're not holding that blessing back, and that's so admirable in this culture. And where we are today is as a society. A lot of
Mm.
people just, hey, I'm gonna do mine, and screw you. You figure it out the way I figured it out.
Yeah.
I wanna go on a really quick little tangent right now because I feel like I don't want to miss an opportunity for somebody who's listening to this who, I don't want this to fall on deaf ears. There's somebody listening right now who you could be at work, whatever your profession may be, shit, you could be a truck driver, you could be a mailman, you could be flipping burgers, whatever. If there's somebody who's coming to you to learn something and you fail or you deny this person of that education, you are only hurting yourself.
Hmm.
There are people in certain atmospheres and certain workplaces that are under the impression if I teach this person or if I show this person the way, they're going to take something from me. Bro, it's never that serious.
Yeah.
And not only is it never that serious, you might be failing an opportunity that God has given you to show you that you can be responsible for what he's trying to bless you with.
Yeah.
Yes.
God might be watching you and said, you know what? I'm gonna test this person right here. Let me see if I send someone to learn something from him or her. If he'll do my bidding for me, and you might block it away, and might be blocking your own blessing. You don't know.
Yep.
Hmm.
You don't fucking know. And I spoke with Rick about this when I saw him a couple of weeks ago. Look at what happened with fucking Blockbuster and Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah.
For those of y'all who don't know, do y'all know that Netflix went to Blockbuster with the idea, hey, what if we started, you know,
You do this
shipping out?
together.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have an idea. What if we mailed movie to people's houses? And the fucking people at Blockbuster said, yo, that's a stupid fucking idea. No one is ever going to want to get
Shit,
a
it could
movie
have
in the
been
mail.
Blockbuster and chill, not Netflix and
Yeah.
chill.
Fact. Yeah.
Oh, and so hey, quick diversion. We are a sports show by trade. It just came through on the ticker. Luka Doncic has been traded to the Lakers.
You're fucking lying,
I
bro.
am not lying to you. Luka Doncic sent for two players to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and Max Christie and a 2029 first round pick. Luka Doncic is now a Los Angeles Laker. You heard it first here on OTBS.
That's crazy.
That's that's wild, bro.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Luka
Hey,
Doncic and LeBron James.
they only missing one piece. They got to get Jimmy Butler, bro.
And they could get Jimmy Butler. You go get you get CP3.
And fuck him. That motherfucker. He need to retire, bro.
He does.
He need
He
to
does. I
retire.
get it. But
He
San
need to
Antonio's
retire,
trying to get
man.
Fox out from San Antonio. Or from Sacramento, sorry.
Yeah. All right. Damn, that's you fucking. I'm not gonna lie. You threw me for a loop with that one.
I'm sorry.
I don't even watch basketball like
It
that.
legit just
That's
came through 3 minutes ago over here. And I didn't want to interrupt, but I wanted to throw it in there because I know
damn, son.
that's big NBA news. It hasn't
Damn,
even
son.
hit ESPN yet.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Okay. To get back on track, Rick,
Yes,
I got a question for you.
let's go back.
Okay. So, Rick, if you can go back to day one, Rick, who's starting for the very first day, what advice would you give
He
him?
just picked up his cricket. He just picked up his
Yes.
first heat press. He's got a couple shirts. He's ready to go. What are you telling him?
Don't be scared.
Don't
Be scared and just do it. I mean, like, the more indecisive you are, and the more you hold back, you're not gonna find out what you're capable of.
Hmm.
So just let it
Wow.
go. Like, try it. And I should have done this a long time ago, but I was just afraid to do it. And if I would have done this when my wife told me this in the beginning, I would have been doing this for a long time now. But I was just hesitant. So if I could go back and tell myself, hey, don't be a bitch, just make it happen and listen, because I'm stubborn. I could be really stubborn sometimes, and she has a lot of the answers that's real. I just don't like to listen. So if I would have listened to her longer before, I would have been doing this for about we're together going about to be 9 years. So yeah, 9 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have any like dream collaboration? Like anybody, any company brand or any atmosphere that you would have like you would love to collaborate with?
No, not really. My goal, my dream is to help the community.
Hmm.
That's my I'm driven for that. Like I want to help Orange County. I want to help the Bronx.
Hmm.
I've been doing orders for people in Chicago, and I just want to keep
Wow.
doing that. So not really a company, just helping the community more and just keep showing the people here that, they have options. Because I see a lot of
That's
companies,
awesome.
I see a lot of companies especially in Washington, though, they're like, they're missing this, they're missing that. Like, they don't have any uniforms. Like everything's
Hmm.
presentation. I can't go into a place and not nitpick. I see everything.
Hmm.
Like even for like working retail for 20 years, I can't go into a Dollar Tree and be okay because I see so many things that's out of place. So it shit annoys me. But I love Dollar Tree, but it's like, yo, like I can't I can't stop nitpicking.
Why the fuck are the eggs near the pens?
Yeah, man. Like, yo, like y'all just open. Like, why is this shit such a mess? Like, what happened last night? Like, like I told one time I went to a manager, I was like, yo, dude, like, what happened last night? And he's like, what you know? I was like, yo, like your closing team, then I'm like,
When you
the
guys
fuck happened?
You gave
when you guys,
everybody the night off. That's what we
I
did
was like,
today.
the fuck we all burglarized? Like what the fuck
and
happened in here?
he was like, oh, things happen. I said, but dude, but this crate's been there for like 2 weeks. I've been here for 2 weeks. Like, yo, like I was like, I'm never coming back. I was like, yo, I never went back to that place. But it's my goal is to just, not a particular company, just to keep helping and keep making people shine and companies look
Hmm.
better than what they are.
Hmm.
And again, if I could help them by giving them advice or doing something for them or pointing them to the right direction, then I feel successful.
Hmm.
That's
That's
awesome.
dope, bro. That's dope. Are you more of would you rather people come see you in person or you more like you rather online orders?
Don't matter. It doesn't matter. If they come in and speak to me, which is cool. It hasn't happened yet. A lot of people reach out to me through, email or calling or texting. But it doesn't really bother me either way.
Hmm.
Because even though this is my office, I this is my shop.
Right.
So a lot of things have changed since last time you guys were here. I have a lot of things now that are for presentation.
Hmm.
So the metal photos that we do, I have them laid out here, different sizes. Canvas printing, we also do now different sizes. So I have that for display. So
Nice.
when they come to me, they can see what we're about. So it's one thing for me to tell you, hey, we could do this, but I can actually show you
Right.
what
I
we
can
can
show you
do.
better than I can tell you.
Yeah,
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, Rick's metal prints, phenomenal. Like he did a couple for me. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Me and
you're
Little
welcome.
Os over at the Clemente Museum, just us having a moment, and wifey snapped a pic, and now I got it down here in the Bear Cave Studios. Like that moment will forever be enshrined for me of me and Little Os. Like, and because the kindness of your heart to be able to do that for us and making
Mhm.
that happen, forever indebted. Like that,
Thank you.
much love from La Casa also from over here.
Yo, Rick, you about to
Okay.
make O's cry, bro. He's a crier.
I get
And
emotional sometimes. I get
It's
emotional.
okay to be emotional, man.
you
I'm
know what I'm
emotional
saying?
too.
He's a crier, bro. It's all good, man. It's all love, bro. It's all love. And yo, even like with stuff that already exists, yo, I emailed the brother the design and the logo for Rose's kickboxing class, and like literally 48 to 72 hours later, he already had the stuff uh ready to fucking go. And even
Yeah.
like when I brought this shit to the class, Rosa was like, "Yo, this shit is fire, bro. This shit is dope. The kids have been wearing it and rocking it for class since he's made the stuff. Just anything
Bro,
anything that you guys need, uniform, custom stuff, he got it. He got you, bro. We're
he
not
he
gonna.
hooked he hooked us up. Our brother fan, who's been on the show many times, he came up with the big dog
I remember this shit.
saying for our football team this year, for our D1 team. I came up with the design. I sent it over to Rick. I was like, hey, can you hook this up? I got you. That night at practice, I had it set up for me and Fan with the t-shirts when we were rocking them out there. Like, his turnaround is amazing. He can make it happen like that. Whatever you guys can think of, he can draw it up.
So this is gonna be my last question in this effect before we start going on to the next topic.
Mhm.
Since you've started your company, you've been running your business, what has been the number one moment for you that you can look back on and say, like,
Mm.
yo, like what was the most special moment for you thus far? If you have one.
It would be when the kids in the wizard when they were wearing the stuff that I made.
Wow.
Like, seeing somebody wear the stuff that we actually did,
Hmm.
that's like, hey, that's an achievement.
Right.
Or when in Harlem, Melba's restaurant. Um, I actually did like 100 shirts for them, and then they're all over ABC and Channel 5, and they're wearing the shit that I made. It's like, yo, I made
Wow.
that.
That's awesome.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's
That's
fire,
awesome.
man.
So
That's
it's
fire,
like,
bro.
yeah. So it's like, when I make something and I see somebody wearing it, or they're happy and you see their excitement on their face. That's everything to me.
Hmm.
That keeps me going. Or like
Hmm.
when my daughter says, "Hey, Dad, I need you to make this." Or with my wife, and my wife complains that I take longer with her than anybody else doing her stuff,
Wow.
because I put all my customers before my family, because
Hmm.
of all my customers I can't eat. We can't eat, so I put
Right.
them forward. So when I see people smiling and they're happy with what I'm giving them, and they're wearing it and they're excited, that's everything to me.
And there you have it. That's
See,
that's
and
that's a beautiful thing, bro.
you've hooked it up for us. Like, I got Big E over here a Christmas gift with the a better dad than Chris Benoit. Just because our
That's
humor's a
funny.
little dark, and that
Yeah,
shit to us is hilarious.
That's
You
fucking
made it
cool, man.
happen,
that
So
shit
hooked
was
it up
crazy.
for E. Like, it was dope.
Yeah, it was cool.
crazy, crazy you brought that up. Nice little segue. Now that you mentioned Chris Benoit, right?
Mhm.
So we just had a pay-per-view end, uh 2025 Royal Rumble. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. Okay. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I might catch up on it tomorrow on the Paramount. Or was it Peacock?
Peacock.
Peacock.
Fucking Paramount. I'm buck. See how fucking out of the loop I am. All right, I was at a family event tonight,
Mhm.
out in fucking
Shit, he
Stratford.
even he even missed the UFC from earlier.
Yo, listen, man, listen, bro, and I'm being real with this. This is the second time
This is the second time.
I've missed a fucking UFC event because they are doing a horrible job of promoting the times that these shits are coming on. I'm
And
I'm
that's
at,
that's on me. That's
no, it's
on me,
not on you.
guys.
It's not on you, bro, because
That's a
you're not
conflict.
You don't work for fucking the promotion
But
and Vince
we always
Jordan.
go back and forth. Hey, yo, you checking this out? Like, I should have
Listen,
hit you
man,
up. Hey,
this is the
the
second
UFC
time
started this morning.
I've missed a fucking UFC event because I'm expecting the shit come on later at night, and Oates hits me up earlier. I'm at my family event, and he's like, "Yo, the UFC." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna check it out later on." He's like, "Yo, bro, the shit is already over." I'm like, "It's fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon. What do you mean it's over, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on?"
Like I hit him up. I was like, "Yo, you see the Izzy fight?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna check it out tonight when I get home. Hopefully, I get home on time. Like I can check it out." I was like, "Bro, that shit finished about 2 hours ago." I was like, "Izzy got knocked the fuck out."
Yeah, bro, I saw that shit. I think, listen, I love Izzy, man. I think it might be time for Izzy to hang it up.
No.
I do. I would love to see him in a WWE event. I'm just
Wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind it. I could
I'm a
see
hit
his
him.
his energy would work.
Just saying, just saying. I was out in Staten Island spending some time with the family. I was telling Olsen Rick earlier, man, I haven't driven out to Staten Island in I don't know how long, man, but Staten Island is just like another fucking
It's like another fucking country, another
yeah,
state, bro.
it's another I it's what I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little stupid story. So years back, like one of the first times I drove out to Staten Island by myself. Mind you, when I was a kid, we used to go out to my uncle's house in Staten Island. It seemed like all the time, every other weekend we were out there. And you know how, especially as men, we use memory to get places.
Right.
And we're
Hmm.
like, I don't need no fucking directions. I'm gonna just go by spatial memory. I get over to Verrazano, and I'm like, I don't remember exactly what exit. I don't remember exactly the exit to get off, but I'm gonna get off at an exit that kind of resembles where I need to go, and I'll make my way, bro. I get off at this fucking exit, and I'm driving around for 50 minutes, and I'm saying to myself, I'm just gonna go in a circle, and at some point, I'm gonna figure out where I'm going. And then it dawned on me how big fucking Staten Island was, bro. I see,
I'm
yo,
on the complete opposite fucking side of where I need to be.
yo, bro, I was by a fucking a port, a dock. I was like, like, what the fuck is going? Where am I?
Where in the fucking Game of Thrones am I
Bro,
right now?
and this was before. This is before Google Maps and all of that other shit.
You still
And
fucking using MapQuest printouts and
yeah,
shit?
MapQuest and all this other sick shit. But in any event, man, shout out to anybody who lives out in Staten Island. You guys are in the matrix out there.
The Shaolin? The Shaolin?
Yeah, man. No wonder Wu Tang, these motherfuckers are crazy, man. Staten Island is bugged the fuck out, bro. And then we went to a hibachi spot. If you've been to one hibachi spot, if
You've
you've
been
been
to
to
them
one
all.
hibachi spot, you've been to all. They all do the same shit. They do the flips with the spatula, the volcano fire shit, and the dude wants to throw food in your mouth, and he looks at me, and I'm like, dude, if you throw that fucking food in my mouth, I'm gonna slap the
Saki
shit out of you.
Saki.
The little fucking fat Buddha with the dick that squirts out the liquid. I'm like, dog, you're not squirting that shit in my face, bro. That shit is just. It's not happening, bro. I'm not doing that. He goes around the table, everyone's in there. He's trying to catch cucumbers in their mouth and shit. I'm good,
Shit.
bro. I'm not. I'm good on that, man. Anyway, I had a good time, man. But by then, uh, I knew Os and a few of the fellas. We was trying to watch up on the Royal Rumble joint. I'm gonna admit, I've been out of the loop quite some time. Okay, I do know the results of what happened. I'm gonna let you two carry the brunt of this conversation because I'm gonna
Mhm.
be, I'm gonna digress. So I did see a few of the results. So I want your brother's opinion. For those of you, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it yet, here's your time to
Go
peruse through the
go
rest of
watch
this.
that shit. Come right back and we'll tell you what we
Right,
what
right,
we
right,
think.
right.
Yeah.
So first things first, I want to ask you guys off the bat. I saw with the female Royal Rumble that Charlotte Flair won it, and I see that a lot of people none too pleased that she won it. Man, do you guys agree? Disagree? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I threw it out there this morning on the OTBS page. I thought the male was gonna go either between Punk or Jey Uso, and I saw the females going towards Charlotte. Um, WWE seems to fast track her whenever she comes back from injury, regardless of whether it's the right call or the wrong call. She always seems to go straight to the top, regardless of where she is or where she's been. Um, so that was kind of predictable for me on that aspect. I don't know, Rick. What do you think on that one?
Same thing. It's just it's nothing new. So it's like she won, and they could have given somebody else an opportunity. They could
Mhm.
have done a different storyline, but it's like it's nothing new behind it. So it's like they gave Brie, was it Brie? No, Nikki. They gave Nikki
Nikki,
Bella.
yeah,
They gave her an opportunity to come out to the Rumble, and
They brought her back
just
for
to,
real.
yeah.
yes,
Supposedly she just re-upped on a contract, so she may be back
yeah,
for a
Why?
while now.
Why though? I mean, what,
Well, because she's got big tits and she's got a pretty face.
you
they
I,
trying
I, I
to
don't know.
you're gonna
they
get
trying to
canceled. Man.
fix it. They trying to fix the wrong that she had with the WWE before. So they're trying to amend that. They're trying to fix that up.
I can see
Um,
that.
but Charlotte winning, she's gonna go for Ripley because
Yep.
Ripley has one win, Charlotte has one win,
I think that'll be a
and
phenomenal WrestleMania match too.
yeah,
That Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, like that'll be a good WrestleMania match.
yeah. So it's like it wasn't exciting. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay. And once she showed all the 30 women, I was like, yeah, she's gonna win.
Who else
Yeah.
though? Who else would? I mean, you guys know the women pool a little bit better. Is there anybody else to push?
I mean, you could have done one of the up and comers from NXT, like a Roxy Perez, or maybe even a Jordan Grace, who they just signed from TNA, who's a monster. You could have
Yeah,
pushed her straight to the top because you brought her over last year. She was in the Rumble, and now she's a full-time WWE employee. So you can kind of fast track her right up there. But you went with Old Reliable. You went with
So that's what I was gonna ask you guys. These females that you're talking about, are they established though?
not
You know
not
what I'm
the
saying?
way not the way Charlotte is, I would say. She had the
not
most credibility in that match. I would think her and Trish Stratus, who came out as a surprise.
yeah,
Oh, Trish Stratus was there too.
Mhm.
yeah. She was there.
Okay, Trish Stratus or Francine from ECW?
Trish.
E?
You trying to get a motherfucker popped over here? What kind of questions you asking?
I'm just saying we're on the wrestling topic.
Fucking asking these wild ass questions, bro.
You mean athletic wise, right? Like,
Right.
Shit, man. I'm going with Luna. Fuck both of them. Now let me stop.
The dark horse. I see you.
that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Shit, bro. Fuck it. I think I might have to go with Francine, cuz. I might have to
I'd go with
Francine.
Francine over Trish
I
too.
might have to fucking
I
go
was
with
a big
Fran.
Trish fan. I was a
Yo,
big Trish fan. So
Trish or Stacy Keebler?
Trish.
Word?
Yeah, Stacey's too tall, man.
Nah,
Ain't no such thing, bro.
Nope.
Ain't no such thing.
It's just it's just Trish stood out for me and everything. So it was like, yeah, Trish.
Okay, Trish or Lita.
All right, yo,
That
damn,
was
bro. Yo, bro.
that was the
bro,
one.
What are you doing right now,
That
bro?
that was the big one for our age. Us growing up in that attitude era, Trish or Lita, you had to pick a side.
Nah, dog. It was Lita.
It was Lita all day for me.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
bro.
Lita.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
Lita was bad as hell.
She had a sex appeal and she could wrestle.
Yep.
She came established, like wrestling wise, she already knew how to wrestle. Trish was a model. She came from modeling and they taught how to wrestle.
Yeah.
But Trish, Nita had everything, had the whole package.
Yeah. Yo, the first time she hit that moonsault, I was like, all right, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'll do the Hardy dance. Like,
The Harvey dance.
the Hardy dance.
The Hardy Boys.
I thought you said Harvey, like Harvey Weinstein. I was about to say, bro, you're really trying to get canceled on this fucking show, bro.
And so we also had the men's rumble. Jey Uso wound up winning that.
Yeah.
I think it's time for him. He's one of the most over guys in the company. He's paid his dues, came up from the tag circuit for years and years, really stuck out in that first Bloodline storyline. And I think he finally will beat Gunther at WrestleMania and take that title.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it was good seeing him win the Rumble. It was different. And it was like it was cool because John Cena passed the torch.
Yes. 100%.
And it's like everybody was thinking, oh, CM Punk's gonna win and he's gonna have his main event. But once I could see things differently because I'm into wrestling more than any other sport. So it's like, well, now you're gonna have Seth and you're gonna have Roman and you're gonna have Punk in the triple threat.
But it also sets up Elimination Chamber. When I saw the way it was forming out, right? The way everybody was saying it was going to be Cena, Punk, Jay, and either Roman or Seth in your final four, right? Like that was going to be the final four. Maybe Jacob Fatu snuck in there, but once it kind of played out that way, you knew they were going to need to sell tickets for Elimination Chamber. So you're going to have Cena in there. He's not going to win the Rumble. Punk, he's going to need the favor back from Heyman that he was talking about once they got together at Survivor Series. Like that, for me, in my mind, eliminated them two. And it just made Jay the obvious choice right there. And I think that'll sell your tickets for Elimination Chamber. Like now you got Punk, you got Cena, and everybody's vying for that final spot to face Cody, I would say.
Yeah, but now you got the five for the Elimination Chamber. Because you got Cena, you got Seth, you got Roman, you got Punk.
You can throw Jacob in there. Jacob's on the fucking hot rocket right now. Like he's WWE's next big thing.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this guy wrestle, go watch his highlights. Jacob Fatu, like this guy is. You remember when Yokozuna first showed up and he was kind of lean, he wasn't as big, and he could do all the flips and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now just times that by like 3.
Really?
That's Jacob Fatu. And he could talk shit on the mic. Okay. Like this dude's legit.
Okay.
He said some shit last night. You heard what he said last night? A man told Damian Priest, because you got your hair braided, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Yo, like, holy shit.
Yeah, bro. This dude, he can go on the mic and he's got that monster factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate for the people who are like me. I haven't been entrenched in quite some time. And I want y'all to try to reel me back in. Okay. The last time I legitimately was able to sit down and watch, I'm going to try to remember what was going on. It was right around the time the streak ended. Right?
Okay. With Brock. Yep.
Right.
Which we won't speak about Brock. We know what he's going through right
now. Hey, listen, man.
That's some shit, man.
Bro, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. So even then, when that was happening, I was dwindling off, man. And here's why I was dwindling off. When we were growing up and we were coming up through the Attitude Era, right? And you were coming through the Monday Night Wars, and we watched all of that shit, bro. You had a galley of shit. Like there was no way for you to not be interested in something going on. Everything was hitting.
Right.
I feel like for the past decade and a half, outside of Cena, really, there's no. I get it. You have certain guys who are the face of the company right now. Like Roman Reigns has been the face. Now
Mhm.
Cody Rhodes, I see that they got him everywhere. You know, they pushing him. There's no perennial superstar. And I say that to say this. They're still bringing The Rock back to get these pops.
Okay, so The Rock is
That's
he's a
different.
different case on that one.
He's
Like
the board of
how?
directors.
So Rock owns a bit of TKO now. So Rock's
I
like
understand.
he's the final boss, is what his character is right now. And he fits in because of that Roman bloodline storyline. Roman being the head of the table, The Rock is proclaiming himself as the alpha omega of the fucking table itself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the final boss. So Roman's head of the table, but then there's Rock. You know, so that's why Rock's been back and inserted himself back into the storyline. But it fucked him last year, WrestleMania time, because he inserted himself and everybody wanted the Cody. So they had to do the 2-night Rock one night, and then Cody got the belt the next.
How y'all feel? This is another thing. I don't want to get too sidetracked. How y'all feel about this whole 2-night pay-per-view shit? Are y'all with this? Are y'all against this? Be honest.
I understand it because they're trying to make sure everybody gets paid. So from their point of view, you know, but shit's expensive, man. Like at first, the WrestleMania, like this WrestleMania now, the only way you could have went to WrestleMania in the beginning was you had to buy both nights.
Yep.
That's
And
wild.
it's like
you
$4,000.
didn't know what was gonna if you wanted to see Roman win the belt, that might not happen night one. You don't know what night he's fighting on, so you got to figure that shit out.
Yeah. So like now,
relatively quick when you
like
go to
now
buy
the
your
packages
tickets.
is crazy. Like now, like $4,000, and that shit is on high. That's not even in the front row.
Yeah,
That's
you're
rough,
getting
bro.
close to Super Bowl prices to get into WrestleMania.
Yeah. So
Man,
And
listen,
now that they're gonna start going international, from what I've heard, like that shit's gonna get even more fucking bananas crazy.
Yeah, my wife was like, "We should go next year because next year's in New Orleans." I was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that.
Right.
We can watch it on. We watch it on TV."
Yeah. What this year's Vegas? I think
this year's Vegas.
This year's Vegas.
Next year New Orleans, and then the year after that might be international.
Yeah.
So
they're really pushing that international market.
You know, kind of going back to what I was saying, it's I can definitely sit down and watch now. You know what I'm saying? Like when they did the kickoff with the Netflix, I checked it out. Also, remember I told you I sat down and I watched it like the following morning, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, all right, this is a start of a new era going on with this. So I'm gonna try to check it out. I just feel like, in a way, I feel like I was spoiled so much growing up that, to me, I'm putting an unrealistic expectation on the shit that I want to see now, if that makes any sense.
That's a fair statement. I could agree with that.
You know, I see what's going on, and I know y'all all for. I know you were just mentioning the brother Jacob for 2, right? Shout out to them. I hope I don't catch no flack for what I'm about to say, but I have to say it.
Say it with your chest.
Someone who's not watching, it's too many fucking Samoans, bro. It's just too. It's so many Samoans.
That's because it's like a lot of people thought it was supposed to end with Roman, but it's not. It's expanding.
Right.
Mhm.
But it's like if you really look at it, they can't be touched. They're that good. There's not one of them that's not good.
Yeah,
Mm.
Like even the tag team with Tongaloa
yeah.
and his brother, and they come from New Japan.
And they're what's his name's sons? Haku. You remember
Haku, yeah,
Haku?
I do. And I remember
That's
all
yeah,
the
that's his
stories
man,
how
yeah,
sons.
crazy
Yeah.
that motherfucker was.
Yes.
yeah.
And
Those are his
the
kids.
stories behind him, if you guys ever get a chance, dive into YouTube, stories about Haku. That motherfucker, he was a bad dude.
Yeah, and it's like Roman wants to make sure his whole family eats because that's everything to his family. So he's like he wants to make sure everybody's out there. There's a lot of them, but no one can ever say that they can't wrestle because they could.
Yeah.
They could outshine a lot of
they're
them.
actually talented.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's not like, hey, you're a Rock's family member and you're Samoan, so you could come and eat. No,
yeah,
like these guys hold their weight. And the reason why they're so big is because Roman really has carried this last 4 to 5 years
Mm-hmm.
from that COVID era out. Like he held that belt. He was the, tribal chief, all that storyline. And now that Vince is gone, you got Triple H running it from our attitude era
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
standpoint. Like the way he makes the story build, and then even when you're watching a backstage segment, you got to pay attention to who's in the background because he's
yeah.
setting it up that far ahead.
Hmm.
Like even last night, I was watching SmackDown, and they got a segment with one of the Uso with Jimmy Uso, and then in the background you got Shinsuke Nakamura watching him while he's giving his promo. Like it's little subtleties like that. They would throw
Yeah,
QR codes. Like he's making it so deep that you got to pay attention, or else you're missing something.
yeah. It's a big story. It's everything has a story,
Yes.
and like there's a lot of Easter eggs. But
Yeah.
like out of the
That's
Samoans,
that's a better way to put it. The Easter eggs. Yes.
like Tama Tonga from the Samoan side, he was one of the main ones of the Bullet Club in Japan,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and he's really really talented. Like
And
he's good on the
don't get
mic.
it twisted. There's one in the pipeline right now that's going through the Indies. He's
Mhm.
Umaga's son.
Yeah,
There's another one coming up.
there's a
Yes.
few of them coming.
And he's
Damn, bro.
that Umaga's son, they're saying he's gonna be better than everybody that's out there right now.
He just needs more time.
He just needs the time.
Yeah.
Like he's got that 6'4", 6'5" build. Like
Hmm.
this dude he's coming and he's gonna blow up.
Yeah, he's young too, so
Mm-hmm.
he has a lot of time on his side. But
Listen,
they all
man.
can wrestle. They're talented, man.
I'm gonna say this.
It's in the blood, man.
I'm gonna sound biased. Bring back the Nation of Domination, man. God damn it. I
Hey,
want to see the
hey,
Nation of
but
Domination.
who led the Nation of Domination? A fucking Samoan, The Rock. That
Bullshit,
motherfucker took that
man.
shit
It
over.
was Farouk,
Yeah.
man.
It was for
Farouk
Rock started it, but
Farouk.
Rock was what made that shit.
But you know what's crazy? You almost had, if you look at it, you had an updated version of that with the Hurt Business.
Yeah, and they squandered it.
And
Right.
they
Which
ruined
I
it.
thought
Now
was
they're
some
in
bullshit.
AEW.
Well,
And
that was I would say partially because of Vince, because Vince was still
yeah,
at the forefront at
yeah.
that point.
But Triple H didn't want to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, it's not gonna happen. Like, he's like, it's dead.
From
And he
from
could have brought it back.
what I heard was the original Bloodline storyline that took off so much was originally meant for the Hurt Business, not
Yeah.
for the Bloodline. But Vince saw more money in the Samoans, and he went that way.
And he got what he wanted. He wanted Roman to be the face of the company.
Yeah.
And he just had to let him be himself. And the whole time you were feeding Roman down our throats, and it wasn't working. It wasn't clicking.
Yeah.
But you put him with Paul Heyman. No, I don't care what anybody says. Paul Heyman is a genius.
Yeah, he's
You
the
Yeah.
best
can't-
ever do it.
He's the GOAT. The GOAT.
So it's like he made a lot of these things happen, and it's a 4-year or 5-year now storyline.
Yeah.
And it's still going, but now it's like it's
It's
expanding.
branching
going,
off. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
Because
now
you still
Jake.
got the whole solo
Mhm.
spot that hasn't been answered. Like Roman beat him at Survivor Series, and he still ain't said a fucking word about it.
Yeah.
Jacob took over that side and was like, "Yo, you let the fucking dog off the leash, and now I'm about to eat." Like,
Yeah.
his promos the last 2 weeks have been, I would say, the best in the last year, maybe year and a half. Maybe a bias,
But
but
gonna make me go back and check this shit out.
I'm telling you,
He's
like
that good.
this dude's legit, and he's starting to scratch the surface, and the climb is coming.
I need to
I
be.
think by August he'll be champion.
Yep, I think so too. I
Really,
think
By
bro?
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. Yep, they're building him that hard, bro.
Yeah.
And
it's like
he
we coulda-
can go. He can go.
And you mentioned The Rock, and The Rock, his schedule, you know, he tried to take over WrestleMania last year because he wanted Roman and The Rock. He wanted that to happen, but the backlash for Cody Rhodes. And now this year,
Right.
it was supposed to be The Rock and Roman, but he's still filming Moana. So he can't even be there.
Mm.
So it's like he won't be. He'll probably be part of the Mania weekend, but he won't be one of the main events. People were saying he was going to come out tonight and be number 31 in the Royal Rumble
Yep.
Wow.
because he keeps putting himself into storylines, and in a way, he's Triple H's boss.
Yes.
So,
So he's the Vince McMahon now. So he can fill that role.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, he has power, but Triple H is doing what he can to make sure everybody's happy, and it has to make sense.
And
So,
if I'm on WWE Creative, I'm taking one of my top black talents and I'm calling out The Rock. And you know what I'm saying? Pick a side. Either you black or you Samoan. Which one are you representing? Either you're going to represent your father's side or your mother's side. You got to pick one. And then you know what they do? You get all your top black talents versus all the top Samoan talents, and then you know who's gonna be the last slot in the black pool? Cody Rhodes, because we all know Cody Rhodes is black. I'm telling you, listen, man. His girl is black, his kids is black. That's a black dude, man.
His dad was black. You
His-
can't tell me shit about that. Dusty
Crazy,
Rhodes.
he's
Dusty
actually
Rhodes is black.
Spanish.
Right.
Cody's Cuban.
Yeah.
That's
Listen,
wild.
Mhm.
That's wild. That's
You know what
wild.
I'm saying?
If you ever get to see, no free shout outs, but you ever get to see Cody's he had an interview on the Pivot podcast, and he talked about, it was either the Pivot or Two Bears, one of the two. He was talking about his dad and like him going through the business, and he always thought it was real, right? Like
Yeah.
he always wanted to keep that imagination of, you know, this shit is real. Like what my dad does isn't bullshit.
Right.
So with Haku, I guess Haku beat his ass out front, and then they came into the back, and he went to step up when Haku came through, and his dad firmly sat his ass down and said, "Hey, it's a little different back here. Sit your ass down."
Yeah.
It was a cool story. He tells it a lot better, but it was pretty cool.
Listen, and Cody, listen, man, do us a favor. Don't go all Travis Kelsey on us and then just go hot from the black chicks and fucking
No,
get your ass-
Cody's locked down, man. He got a
Cody
kid
is-
now.
Yeah.
Listen,
You think
bro.
he's a good guy or a bad guy?
You asking me?
Asking both y'all.
Cody?
Yeah.
I think Cody, right now he's in one of those spots. I feel like from the outside looking in, even though I haven't watched much, I feel like Cody is in like that stone cold role where it's gonna be hard to make him a heel. But if they do make him a heel, he's gonna be a hell of a heel.
I think everything Kevin Owens has said is not wrong. Everything Drew McIntyre has said is wrong. And in a way, if you look at it, Cody's a heel. Cody, the way Cody carries himself and the way he speaks, he's a heel. But everybody's so blinded by it that they don't see it. But he's gonna snap. Like on Monday. Monday he did a promo with CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know where the hell was going. The crowd was mad quiet. They didn't know what the hell was going on. And if you heard Cody, Cody was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm tired of it. He sounded like a heel. And then CM Punk was like, I'm not done. And then Punk sounded like the heel. And it was so weird that at the end of the promo, like,
You didn't know who was who.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's happening here? But Cody has heel tendencies, and he was a heel in Japan. And
he was a really good heel in Japan.
Mm-hmm. And in Ring of Honor, he was a heel. You know what I mean? So he's capable of doing it, and he does it. He does little things that he did in Ring of Honor in New Japan, and he does it now. But this fan base doesn't know the Ring of Honor in New Japan Cody.
Right.
They know
they know Stardust.
They know Cody from AEW that wasn't loved, and he came to WWE. But if you pay attention, like, he does little heel things here and there.
Who was your favorite heel of all time?
Ric Flair. Ric Flair and Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie was so good. Damn, Eddie was.
It was smooth. It was like nothing. Like,
yeah,
like it's just part of him. It was just, he wasn't acting.
For me, favorite heels, Rick Rude.
Oh yeah, he was crazy.
Rick Rude was great. He would make you feel like shit, and then just like fucking spit in your face on top of it.
And then take your girl too.
Yeah. I would say Rick Rude and heel Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. Like that was, he was a badass on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
I can respect that.
Survey says
one more for the good guys.
One more for the good guys.
I can respect that. I would have to say mine, and this person was my favorite of all time, and he still kind of is, was Chris Jericho, bro. That's my favorite from back when he was in WCW. Then when he came over to the WWF, man, like that dude has always been my favorite, man. And I don't know if I could. I mean, does this count? Chris Benoit?
Yeah,
it counts.
I mean, and I only say heel in the sense of like he's a real life heel. You know what I'm saying? But that counts. But he was one of my favorites, bro. Because I was always a fan of like the real technical wrestlers. So like Eddie Guerrero was up there, Dean Malenko was up there.
Yeah,
you know, like those guys. Like I love those technical guys.
Bret Hart, Owen Hart, yeah.
Yeah, man. God rest the dead, man.
Now, I think the best heel we have right now is Dominic.
Oh yeah,
he's so good, so good. He doesn't even have to do much.
No, and it's crazy is that he's a Mysterio, but he acts like a Guerrero.
Yes,
right.
And it's with the mustache, the hair.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Himself. Like, dude, when him and his dad wrestle, and it's time for his dad to retire, and he's supposed to take over, like, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a dope match.
Who's this new brother that I saw debuted? What was it last week? Yeah,
that dude nasty. That's next Rey Mysterio, but that's nothing. You haven't seen his brother.
His brother's wild. Yeah.
Like they
were on the circuit around here for a little bit doing the indie shows.
Mm-hmm.
Those brothers can go. So you remember La Parka from WCW?
Yes.
So you remember how entertaining La Parka was with his stupid little shit?
Yeah.
So take a little bit of that and add Rey Mysterio, and if they had a baby, that's Penta.
Okay. Okay, because I saw they had debuted him, what was like the week before last or last week or something like that.
On
And,
Netflix.
Yeah,
yes.
that Netflix show.
Once
Yeah.
in a while, I'll like on YouTube, I'll watch the snippets, the little clips or whatever, and I was listening to his promo, and half of it was in Spanish, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, where
Okay,
the sub-
and then
where the subtitles? I don't know what he's saying.
from on
I was telling,
Netflix.
yeah, he was like talking English. I didn't even know he spoke English.
Hmm.
I thought it was just. I really thought that because he never spoke in
Yeah.
AEW. He didn't speak. The one who spoke was the manager.
Yeah.
Right.
The brothers never really spoke.
So
But
do
if
you
you
think they
think,
should have kept that though? Because listen, I'm a firm believer. Everybody
Mhm.
ain't got to talk, man. Everybody don't got to
No,
talk.
It depends on your character.
yeah,
Like,
but
like a Brock Lesnar doesn't have to talk because he's got Paul Heyman.
mhm,
Like that. That's what made him special.
yeah,
You could just fucking stand there and be that fucking monster, and Paul Heyman's
Kane
gonna
never
do it.
said a word, and they have nobody really had no
That's true. That's true. Kane's
yeah,
another one. Yeah.
Undertaker
yeah.
too for a long time. Never really said anything.
Yeah.
Sting, well,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Sting will speak for a year and a
Sting,
Crow
half.
Crow
yeah,
Sting. Crow
Yeah,
Sting.
Crow
Yeah.
Sting never really spoke. Uh,
Which
who's
was
your
great,
favorite?
by the way. That whole Crow Sting was
that was
Who's
that
your
was
crazy.
favorite all time on the mic?
Paul Heyman,
Wrestlers included.
wrestler, Ric Flair.
Is he your number one all time, Ric Flair?
Yeah,
Mm.
because it's the way he carried himself. Like it wasn't an act. The dude really was what he said he was. Like he lived that shit. And he's still living it.
You
Dude
believe
got
all that?
divorced. Dude got divorced again last year. Like the dude can't stop. Like, but the way he carried himself, the way he carried the business, the way he spoke, and the way he made other wrestlers. Like he made
Mm.
Sting, he made Luger look good. I mean, so it's
That's a
like,
tough task.
yeah.
yeah, and it's like the way he just did certain things. All time here was him and then Eddie Guerrero.
What about you, Os? Who's your favorite on the mic all time?
Damn. It's tough because I went through a lot of eras, but I'd say, damn, it's tough between Austin and Rock.
Give you a
Uh,
little side note. The only reason I can't put Rock up there is because most of his shit was scripted. Most of his shit came from God rest the dead, Patrice O'Neill. Um, who was the other brother that wrote for him? A lot of comedians wrote
yeah, a
for
lot of
Rock.
comedians. I did hear about that. That a lot of
Yeah,
comedians wrote for Rock.
You know, so it's kind of hard for me to give. It's like saying Drake is the greatest lyricist of all time. It's like, yeah, is he really? Because
Yes,
you know, just like that. So Austin, you would say?
I would say Austin then. Yeah.
I
Hyper
respect that.
too.
Piper was good too. Jericho was always solid as well. Like Jericho could go with anybody.
Yeah,
He's still doing it too.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's still going.
It's so
yeah.
crazy to think that he's still going and he was going like I remember fifth grade watching WCW Nitro and seeing Jericho on there as the Lion Tamer. And the fact that he's still going now, and I can tell my kids, like, yeah, I used to watch this guy when he had long blonde hair and he was in
Word,
shape. Like,
Hmm.
word.
it's
When he
crazy.
didn't
Yeah,
have that fucking dent in his chest.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck that shit came from. That shit is just fucking
Looking like fucking Kofi Kingston and shit.
yeah. That shit came out of nowhere, man. And you know, listen, bro, I gotta catch back up on it, and and shout out to
You're
the
you're in the
fucking
you're in the prime time too. Like I
catch up on
think
it.
the way wrestling's going right now, it's starting to hit that early attitude when everybody was starting to jump on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like it's starting to get to that point right now. And it's just like seconds away from popping. and like I think it's the perfect time to jump back in.
Yeah. And if you're not sure where to
Triple
start,
H is doing phenomenal.
if you're not sure where to start, go back to last WrestleMania night 2. That main event was insane.
Mm-hmm.
The way they had
I
time
remember
frames.
that. I remember that I remember, and I remember them saying that Austin was supposed to do the spot and they couldn't work out the figures, which I thought was kind of bullshit because that shit would have made it even better than it was.
Yeah, and it happened again on Raw. It happened on Netflix. He was supposed to be there, and
he didn't show.
So that's why a good price.
They had Taker, right?
Yo,
they had Taker come out with the bike.
Question. Y'all think Austin is low key? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's the money. I think Austin is low key hating, bro. I think that's what it is.
I don't think it's hating. It's just it has to make sense. Like it didn't make sense what they did on Netflix. The first night of Raw on Netflix. Ripley won the title back, and then Undertaker came out. Should make no sense.
Yeah, and he rode around the ring like he didn't. It was weird. It was a very weird interaction.
She didn't even know what was going to happen. Like she was shocked.
So that was supposed to be Austin?
No, it was just if it doesn't make sense, he's not going to do it.
Yeah, but then again, bro, like see, and that's my problem. It's not about you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get that.
If it's for the fans, like listen, Austin, I can understand if you saying, "Oh, it doesn't make sense." If you're getting a push for you to fucking main event a show, I get it. But motherfucker, this shit ain't about you. So do it for the fans and get over it.
See, but then like I think that plays into what happened to Hogan on Netflix. Like
that was some shit.
Like if it don't make sense and you show up and you're not supposed to be there and the fans ain't behind you, you don't want your character to get fucked long term. You know what I mean? Like Hogan's always been cheered. And now all of a sudden regular fans, him showing up at a random show are fucking booing him. Like
but with Hogan is not only that he was on Trump's side because that was what you're saying that it was the blue state, red state. It wasn't that. It's just the shit he said a couple of years ago in that video.
Yeah,
he still hasn't apologized.
Yeah,
let me tell you something, nigger.
So
basically,
I mean,
you ever seen that 2K video game clip of all the black wrestlers beating the shit out of Hulk Hogan in a Royal Rumble? Like that shit was hilarious.
Hulk Hogan, coming for you, nigga. That shit is one of my favorite clips of all time.
The way he drops his head after the fuck, I said it.
Yeah, but that Hogan shit was embarrassing. That shit was crazy.
At first when I heard them booing him, I'm like, is this real? Like, what the fuck is this a mistake?
Shit, like he has like his beer company, the WWE owns half of it now. TK owns half of it.
Yeah.
So he's gonna come back again and he's gonna promote it, but now they're like, oh well, red and yellow Hogan can't come back. We need black and white.
Yeah.
So we need Hollywood Hogan now. But he's still gonna get booed.
You lean into the skid. That's what they always say. You lean into it.
Listen, bro. Listen, you gotta lean into the heat. Lean into that fucking there you go. Instead of having the black superstars come out, have Hogan come out against the Samoans. Have them bowing. And let me tell you something, brother. America was great before the Samoans got here, brother.
You just have him go full. Just full.
Listen, fucking viewership would skyrocket. Bro.
What racist shit is Hogan gonna say next? Tune into Netflix next week.
I would love make that an every week thing.
Right?
Facts, bro. Facts. Yeah. I would love that shit. Hey, listen, man. Rick, bro, we appreciate you coming on the show. Listen, we done popped the cherry, pause. You gotta come back on. You gotta come back on. We gotta revisit this show, man.
I appreciate it.
Listen, man, we appreciate you, bro. Everything's been said, man.
Yeah.
Everything has been said, bro. Oh, so you know what it is, man. Take us out, brother.
Rick, let us know. Let everyone know where they can find you at. give us all your socials, all that stuff, so we can get the fans to follow you up.
On Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, at Patience and Faith Customs. I'm right here on Washingtonville. My social media has all the address and phone number. You guys need anything, let me know, and we'll make it happen. Our goal is to make your vision come to life, and that's what we're all about.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Follow
sir.
us, like, subscribe, comment below. OTBS Podcast, OTBS Pod on Twitter. Find us, like, subscribe. We thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Squabble up.
Peace.